Hey guys, I just wanted to do a quick disclaimer. This is just a rant. We do want to acknowledge at this point that so many people all over the world, all over Europe, have joined in the protest for Black Lives Matter. And we do appreciate all the love we're getting and the support. Indigenous people are protesting, as well as Palestinians who are even suffering at the hands of Israelis. They have gone out in the streets and they're protesting. People in India. So we do acknowledge and we do appreciate all the support and in this fight. So I don't want anyone to take this as us not seeing that there are people that are fighting with us. Yeah.
Welcome back to our channel, guys. Today we're gonna do our first video in English. I was just joking. It's just a joking stirps, yeah. So that was a British accent, honey. So you need to be able to distinguish between the two. So today, this is our first video in English. And just a little disclaimer: we are not Nigerians. I don't want to hear that. People keep on telling me you sound Nigerian.
Point of correction.
Nigeria is not the only English-speaking country in Africa. We happen to be neighbours, hence similarities with the accent. So
you ended up not calling the country we're from.
We're Cameroonians. Southern Cameroonians. So today we will be talking about, we had planned other videos, but with everything that's going on in the world, we felt like we should just have a conversation about the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yeah.
So we may make this a weekly thing. Don't trust on that because we're not really consistent, so maybe monthly, whatever.
We're working on that.
So we'll just be talking about like socially relevant stuff. And yeah, first of all, let me just say rest in peace George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Regis Kaczynski, and many other people that died due to police brutality. And I think we'll just talk and go with the flow. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was Black Lives Matter versus All Lives Matter. You may start. Just give it to them.
I saw this example that said you have two patients walking into the ER with minor injuries, maybe a blister on the hand or maybe one is limping, and then you have someone being brought in with like gunshots all over him. Are you going to attend to the person with gunshots, with wounds, or are you attending to the person with a blister, the other person? That doesn't mean that those two patients with minor injuries are not important. It just means that now at the moment is the emergency. So for people to sit down and they're struggling to explain how all lives matter and how their lives matter and they're fighting for it, how does all life matter if Black lives don't matter? That's my question. How is it all lives matter then? If
I never thought of that analogy. I never did. The only one I know is the one from the Bible for Christians out there. And basically, I have it here. It says, there's a verse where Jesus says, "Blessed are you who are poor." So it's kind of a meme where a disciple now says, "Blessed are we all, Jesus." Don't you think that would be a very stupid disciple? Did Jesus say that blessed are only the poor people? He is just emphasizing that at this point, there are people who don't have food to eat, who don't have the means or resources to take care of themselves. So blessed are they. It doesn't mean that other people are not blessed though. It just means that the people that have money are taking care of themselves. And we need to remember the people
who are in need.
It's basic mathematics.
2 + 2 is 4. -1, that's 3. Quick maths.
It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. I don't see, it's just common sense. Someone is in need, you go to help that person. Black people are in need. So how are we busy explaining all lives matter?
And this brings us actually to the next topic, because one of the people that said all lives matter is Heidi Klum, who has 4 children with a black man. Heidi Klum is a German model. So she posts this picture with her white hand, and the hands of her biracial kids and her white boyfriend saying #all lives matter, which she later on deleted. First of all, if you're going to be ignorant with your chest. As in, I am saying it with my chest, and don't backtrack.
Yeah.
The only reason you have to backtrack is when you're going to usher an apology, which she didn't. Yeah. So basically, there's this phenomenon that we have seen. Let's just say, by the way, we're very biased. We know, we don't care
at all.
And we've noticed it also in our environment that Black men do a very poor job in educating their white
Sick.
partners and raising their children with the awareness of their blackness. It's not so much for black women, because even if I have like not an altercation or a misunderstanding with a biracial person, and I tell someone of it, the first thing they ask is, was their mom black or white? And when I say the mom was white, they're like, just forget about it. So all of us in our heads, we already have it that, okay, if the person has a white mom, it's fine if they say ignorant things, or they are not aware of their blackness, or they don't want to associate with their blackness. And I basically feel like it's that way because black men many times date white women for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
People may now get angry, but the point I'm making is, if you're going into an interracial relationship for the right reason, it's because you happen to fall in love with someone that is not from the same race as you are.
Yeah.
But with black men, I feel like they have been conditioned to believe that when you attain a certain level of success, so even if you're not successful, but you want to get close to success, you have a white woman.
But above all, it's because that white woman is the only thing that reflects your success best. The black woman is not going to reflect it. So when you get into that level of success now, that the only thing that can reflect that success is the white woman beside you.
But do you think that any black person or any black man that dates a white person has self-hate issues?
Most of them. Not all. I'd say most of them. When you have a discussion with a black man and the first thing he wants to tell you, or if you ask him, who are you dating, he says a white woman, and you expect him to explain, okay, how did they meet, or he loves his partner, the first thing that person is going to say, because the black woman is this, that's why he found a white woman. Like, you're justifying your relationship by putting down a black woman. For me, that's self-hate. If you have a white partner, woman, if you're a guy or a girl, it doesn't matter. Say you're with that person because of this and this traits. I like this person, we share the same, values or whatnot. Don't justify your relationship by putting down your race. That's self-hate. So for me, most of them have self-hate issues.
Yeah. I'm not saying and we're not saying if you're dating outside of your race, you automatically have self-hate issues.
No.
Not like that at all. I have a lot of examples around me of people, biracial children that are black or acknowledge their African side, acknowledge maybe their Cameroonian, Nigerian side, are inclined with it, but they're also very aware that they also half white, so they have the best of both worlds. Whereas a lot of black men that I know, when you see in the media, Virgil Abloh, whatever, this Louis Vuitton guy, once they marry white women, they start saying very, very problematic things about the black race. Kanye West as well. We don't know what happened to him. Thank God he has woken up from his slumber. They say stuff like, oh, black people just need to do more. Slavery was a choice.
Like, we're the reason for what is happening to black
exactly,
people.
Like they are the example of how good it can be, and they didn't achieve what they achieved because of luck. They achieved it because of hard work. So they make it seem like they try to disassociate themselves from the mass, from the rest of black people, and she's like, oh, I'm the good black guy. And I feel like many men who are in relations with white women do that. In most societies, it's women that raise the children. Yeah. So obviously you already have an advantage because your child automatically grows up with your culture. Whereas men have to make more of an effort. However, since I've seen other examples,
works.
Exactly, it's not an excuse, it's not a justification for you to have a child that will start crying when we call them African, for you to have a child that does not want to associate with black people, for you to have a child that thinks they are better than black people.
And if you love your heritage, you enjoy where you come from, who you are, you know who you are, it's going to be even easier to teach that child that you're not going to give up on teaching your child where you're from, who you are, and that you are black.
So we're not speaking based on our biased opinions. It's because the self-hate manifests itself in their children. In their children that don't want to associate with themselves, because the fact is the color of your skin, your heritage, you can never change it. But you're trying to assimilate as much as possible, don't want to be associated with black people. You see everywhere where you see us black people unite, like with this Black Lives Matter. You want to come and distinguish yourself by saying all lives matter. No, white people, look, I'm the good black guy who's saying all lives matter. Do you feel like it's the white woman's job to educate herself on blackness if she's dating a black man or an Africanness or whatever? Or is it the job of the partner to educate their white partner on racial issues and everything?
I've actually never thought of that. But if I were dating a white person, I would educate you. If I notice that it's not coming from yourself, or maybe you have just not been in the circles where you've had the opportunity to learn that, I will do that myself. I will make it my job to educate you on it.
I'm asking because a lot of people say, oh, it's white people who date black people's obligation, their job to make sure they're educated on black issues. To an extent, I agree, but
what happens if that doesn't happen then?
But I'm just saying, that's why I say to an extent, as long as you two are in a relationship.
Yeah.
But once you bring children to the equation, it's not just your problem, because now you have brought in children who are going to be part of the black community, our community, and now it is your job to make sure they grow up in an environment where they are proud of their heritage, so we do not have to deal with them when they are in their confused and self-hating states. That's the point I'm making. So black people still fail. That's why his wife is stupid enough with black children to post all lives matter. All lives matter means you're dismissing Black Lives Matter. You're saying you people are hurting, you people are suffering, you people are dying. Matter. But I want to say that I matter too, because I'm a 5-year-old child who doesn't want the baby sister to get any attention. So I have to shout, I matter too. And that's the problem. Seal should have educated his wife, because guess what? Heidi Klum's children came up pretty dark. So they look black and they'll be treated as black.
Exactly.
God forbid, but in that situation, it could have been Heidi Klum's son on the floor with a policeman's knee on his neck for 9 minutes straight, him shouting out for his mother until he had his last breath and died. That's what Heidi Klum needs to understand.
Yeah.
Could have been your son. And if it were your son, you would never say all lives matter. You would say my son's life matters. Black lives matter.
Yeah. But do you think that also is why I disagree on that point is because I feel like because the white man is so privileged and they are so blind to whatever is happening, it's my job to educate you if I want to date you. Does it make sense? Like, I wouldn't make the effort to go about educating people. No, that's not it.
Definitely.
But it's just like a friend. If you notice your friend is ignorant, you put in the effort to explain, like, okay,
true.
This is what's going on. Obviously, if the friend is interested or if your partner is interested in it, because if your partner is also not interested in it, I don't know what you're doing in that relationship. You shouldn't
be with them in
exactly.
the first place. You shouldn't procreate with them. That's the problem.
Yeah. So, but if you're with someone that is actually doesn't mind you teaching them, teach them. Don't be scared. Don't feel uncomfortable. I saw this. Who's this star that I've said? Since all of this is happening, her relationship has been uncomfortable. They've been having hard talks.
Like, if it took you this long to talk about race with your husband, that means he didn't know he was married to a black woman and he was blind to your struggles as a black woman, and you let him be blind. You didn't enlighten him.
Well, guys, I hope you liked the video. Comment what you think on that, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
It's putting the lights on the risk. My body. Putting their lives on the... We have white people putting their lives...
Jesus is Lord!
At risk.
We have...